Back everybody, we are to my favorite section in these series, running form potential causes of Achilles tendinopathy. So I'm going to try to make it simple. I'm going to break it up into two different causes or most common causes that I find and how to fix it. The bouncy Tigger. Remember Tigger? Great guy. So what you'll notice here is I'm bouncing up and down. And running is about going forward. So it's all hopefully starting to make some sense now. If you look back to my yellow criteria, which is 10 items that we look for, pass, fail when it comes to running form. Criteria 3 is this: we're looking at peak height. The highest point is the foot, the toe still making contact with the ground. If the answer is no, it's a fail. And why that is, see how much distance is there? I'm going up and down versus forward. So here's yes, correct. Minimal up and down movement, going forward. No, up and down. And here they're layered on top of each other. So why is this important? What does this mean? Not only is it inefficient, but hopefully this is an aha moment for you. What muscle do you think is working to bring us up higher? When you're jumping, where do most Achilles or calf type injuries happen? When do you rupture? When you're landing, when you're jumping. Running is going forward, free fall, not up and down. The only thing that can really cause this up and down oscillation moment is your calves. And we're going to talk about and show here that it should be your glutes, your butt, that's propelling you forward, not your calves going up and down. So I'm going to go over some what I call mental metaphors, things to think about that try to accomplish the task that we're talking about. So first, how do we know if this is you? One, you can film it. Go from the side, have somebody tape you, tripod, look in slow motion, and you're just seeing that criteria of do you pass or fail criteria 3. The other is when you're running, either indoors or outdoors, focus your vision on a distant object, let's say a stop sign. If you're seeing the stop sign go up and down and it's not very smooth, chances are you're probably doing this. Another common sign is that cadence or your step rate. If we're at 155 and below, even 160 and below, chances are you're spending too much time up and down, so you have that slower cadence and that slower step rate. So the first cue you're running is you're thinking push with the tush, glide, not fly. The glute is propelling you forward, and you'll see a visual of that here in a second. Not flying up and down, gliding. So let's say that you think about these things and you're still doing it. You still have the low cadence, you're still having this up and down, your Achilles is still bothering you. We can go over some of these drills. So the first one, this is a great drill to practice falling forward. We don't need to produce that force forward. We can use free potential energy. So what happens is, and if you've heard me say this before, I'm sorry, let's just reiterate it for the new people. What's the natural reaction when I start to fall forward? My calves will activate to try to pull me back. So it's only natural, it's a protective mechanism that we have to not fall, is as we're starting to fall forward, we do this. We try to pull ourselves back. This drill is to try to prepare or train your body to be comfortable falling forward, allowing it to happen. So with this drill, I'm going to the wall about arm's distance away, trying to keep my heels down, and I'm folding at the ankles, not at the hips. Making sure the heel does not come up. Then we make it more tailored to running on one leg, which is still a little more challenging. Make sure you're not locking the knee out. The knee has that slight bend. So here's going to be that visual that you get for the push with the tush. So here I'm standing on a little step. You could take a phone book. You guys hopefully know what that is. Old textbook. You could even still do it on the ground, but that slight elevation will help for this. What I'm doing is I'm up to the wall. I'm at the end part of that free fall. That way I'm slightly forward. From here, I have my foot on a furniture slider, a paper plate, and what I'm doing is I'm practicing driving back using the glute and not the calf. If you're still not sure if you're feeling it the right way of pushing with the tush, you can put an elastic resistance band behind your knee, and you're trying to, again, engage, slide back, feel that glute. So if you're still not sure and you need another feedback, you can put your finger on your butt. Don't put it in your butt. I can't be held responsible for that. Put it on your glute max and you're feeling, you're contracting. Does that butt push your finger out to show that you're activating the muscle? And that gives you that feedback, the push with the tush to drive you forward and not up and down. In summary, the one cue is we're trying to go forward, not up and down. You should see this gliding motion. If you're doing this up and down, chances are you're using your calf too much. What happens when you use your calf too much? It's more tension and more stress through your Achilles. One, what goes up must come down. The further you go, the higher you go, the further you come down, the more stress. And if that Achilles is trying to heal and we're using it a lot more than we need to repetitively, that's going to cause potential for injury. The calves are there for a reason, but it's not to have you jump up and down when you're running for thousands of steps. So this is the first one. Stay tuned for the second one, which I think there'll be a little teaser. I think you're going to be a little bit surprised what I believe is the second most common cause of Achilles tendinopathy. If you have any questions, please drop